Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of the social media account. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really not much I'm really looking at this week because VIX is very, very low. I think that we're going to end up seeing SPY pull back this week. If not, probably next week, but I'll go over that in a minute. Right now, the put to call ratio is at 0.58. It's pretty low. I mean, it can go lower. It can go as low as 0.50, but 0.58 is pretty low, so we could end up seeing a rug pull. Everybody is on the bullish side, everybody's in calls, and when you see too many people on one side, that's when they end up pulling the rug on you. So that's why I'm thinking we're going to get a rug pull. Plus, with the VIX being very, very low, we're going to cover VIX in a minute, but put the call ratio is very, very low. As far as the economic calendar, we have some PMI on Monday at 10. Then we have, let's see, just looking at the economic calendar right now, let's see, just see PMI on Monday. This is also a Fed blackout week, so the Fed speakers won't be talking. We have core PPI and PPI and preliminary consumer sentiment on Friday morning. We have unemployment claims Thursday morning. I don't really see too much going on as far as Wednesday and Tuesday. So Monday, Thursday, and Friday have the biggest news as far as economic calendars. So just keep a mental note of that. As I was saying, VIX very, very, very low. I'm actually surprised it made it underneath 20, and VIX acts like a coiled spring. The more you push down on it, the more violent the pop's going to be. As you can see right here, 19 has been the bottom for the weekly right here, and it's bounced the last 2-3 times, and it can go lower. So yeah, it can definitely go lower. The last few times it's hit 19, it's bounced, but down here it can get down to 17 or even 16. So what I'm thinking is if SPY doesn't pull back this week and we end up going sideways and VIX gets melted more, that we get the FOMC, I think, next week. Let me just double check the calendar. I think it's the 14th. Yeah, so if the market goes sideways and the VIX continues to melt down this entire week, I think that the Fed is going to say something that's going to scare the market, because I don't see VIX getting under 16. I mean, I can't believe it's actually under 20, but it can get to 17 and 16. So my thinking as of right now is that if we do have another choppy week or a VIX melting week, that I think we pull back for FOMC week. So we'll have to see if that happens or not. But I mean, back over here, I mean, the bottom was at $11, but that's not going to be happening for a while. This is the new normal right now. So I think that we could end up pulling back tomorrow or Tuesday. If not, we could be setting up for a dump for FOMC. So keep an eye on that. SPY. Why isn't SPY pulling up? Now, one of the things I've been talking about on Twitter and in the room is that this line right here on the weekly trend line, everyone sees it. Everyone and their mother sees this. The market makers know that you see this. So to me, this is an obvious, short. I think everyone's going to pile in shorts. And what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up squeezing out of the trend line and probably do a quick fake out, probably push to 415, maybe even 420 before we actually end up pulling back. So keep an eye on that everybody knows about this trend line. And we did pull back a little bit on Thursday, but it quickly got bought up and recovered, even though the news was not good for the market, but it did end up recovering anyway. So I would watch it over the 408 level, even 410. It gets over 410, we're probably going to push to 415, or even try to push for this 418, 420 area. This gap resistance right here at 420, I should edit that. Where is it? Put it 420. There we go. Right at the gap resistance right here. So yeah, we could see a push to 420 before we actually have any meaningful pullback. But if the market does decide to pull back, because there's been a lot of things going on over the weekend with Elon Musk uncovering documents about Biden's corruption and stuff like that. I don't know how the market's going to react to it, if it will even react to it. So have to see what happens with that. So either 4010 to 420, or we watch it underneath 405, and we get underneath 405, probably push to a 400 area. And if we get to the 400 area, which is going to be a big round number, we could get a push down to the 395, then 390, then we get gap support right down here at the 385 area. So I'm thinking we're going to overshoot this level, because we're going to have a gamma squeeze or something, or a short squeeze, but we'll have to see. I think the news can dictate which way we go, so be prepared for either side, be open-minded, because the drop, any news-related headlines can end up dropping the market or popping it, so just be open-minded about it. Amazon, definitely keeping an eye on this one. I mean, it did pull back. It didn't really do anything Friday. So I would keep an eye on it over 95 for push to 97, 98 to 100, 102, 104. It is making a higher low on the daily, and it rejected the 20 EMA, which is the white line on the daily. So maybe it comes back up and retests it again. But if it does retest it again, it could end up popping this time. The weekly looks pretty good for a nice bullish run, but if market pulls back, it's not going to really go anywhere. But we'll have to see what happens. Microsoft. If the market is in good shape and it's not pulling back, I think Microsoft, we could see a strong move out of it over 255. Let's get a nice ascending little triangle right here, bull flag right on the hourly. So we could definitely see a strong move out of Microsoft, push to 260, get a gap fill to 265, even 270. So Microsoft is setting up for a big move. We could definitely see something out of Microsoft, so definitely keep an eye on Microsoft. NVDA, NVIDIA, pretty much the same thing in Microsoft. I'm kind of watching it over. I mean, you get a gap fill right here at 170, but if it does manage to get over 172, we could see a possibly strong run out of the NVIDIA to 180, 185, 190, 195, well, 192, well, 193, yeah, that area right in there. So I think that we could end up seeing a strong move out of that. The weekly looks pretty good. It did get over, close over the higher of the last few weeks. So that's definitely looking good for NVIDIA. So we'll have to see if it can get over this 170 area for 172 area for push to 170, 180, 190. So keep an eye on that. Tesla, Elon Musk has been going crazy this past weekend with the Twitter censorship and stuff like that, being a whistleblower, I guess you could say. So we'll have to see if Tesla has any reaction to this or whatnot. So if it does, I'd watch it over 190. Could say 197 for push to 200. It gets over 200. I think that's where you're going to see the strong move. 200 for push to 210, then 220, then possibly even 230. So keep an eye on Tesla. That's going to pretty much do it for the watch list. Not watching too much this week. I'm going to keep it simple. I think that we're going to end up seeing something out of SPY. It's just we're not sure which day. Hopefully we don't get any massive gap up or gap downs. That kind of ruins the dynamic of the play. That's why you need to be in the room every day. So with that said, hope to see you in the room. Thanks for watching.